Hello, everyone. We are going to be having some more answers to the questions because everyone has had such a great response. So we want to follow up with that, right, Shauna?
Yes, and it's interesting to see the breadth of information and guidance that people are seeking, and it's quite varied. So we appreciate that combination of information that's coming through, and we're happy to at least address a few of those. And we've had some great comments in the community to assist with understanding these things. So thank you all for your participation. We appreciate that.
Yes, and also I would like to say to all of you that you can just allow yourself to go into a meditative state and just relax. And it's usually easier to write it than it is to hear it in your brain. And there's a whole long storyline behind that I won't get into now. But if you just write down with your penmanship, not even the computer, just write down the question and then say, "Dear Arcturians, what is your answer?" You might be surprised. You might choose your own answer too. So, all right. So in the meantime, we're gonna go straight to the source here. So I'm going to get myself aligned with the Arcturians. Shauna, did you have some questions that you would like to ask our council of the Pleiadians, Sirians, and Arcturians?
Yes, and thank you for joining us again to provide this guidance. We are grateful. One of the readers asks, I feel very alone and sometimes hopeless and unable to connect. I meditate, but I feel that I'm not able to reach that deep connection to receive guidance. How can I improve my connection?
One of the things that's important is that you create a specific but cast in steel time and place, because when you create that, if every morning at 9 o'clock you're sitting down in this place and you have some nice music, you've lit some candles, you've read a little bit of something spiritual, your body will leap ahead. Your body will be ready for the information. So making it be something that happens on a regular basis, whatever regular means to you, as often as possible. And then eventually that connection will be made.
Mm-hmm. And I would also add that sometimes, even when you have a regular practice, sometimes the connection does not feel as strong. And then other days, it's like you're just overwhelmed. You feel a rush of unconditional love. You feel that visceral connection. So it varies, with the moon phases, with the collective energy. So you're going to have variation, even if you have that regular time, which we highly recommend every single person, every single day. This should be part of your regular agenda for the day.
Yes, and that's a good point to bring up, because there are things that are happening outside of you and there are things that are happening inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And trust the process and state the intention. You're ready to connect, and that will build each day. And there's no need to feel alone also, and always know that connection is with you innately.
Yes.
So we have our next question, and it resonates to those of us who feel we are in service to humanity. The question is about, how can we help those who are suffering, who don't even have enough food to sustain a healthy lifestyle or clean water or the resources or safety or shelter for a quality life? How can we impact those that feel suffering in that way?
Well, besides the places that you already know about of, giving money and contributing, the best thing is to work directly with Gaia, work directly with the planet, because most of these people that are in such sorry shape now, they spent many, many generations interacting with the planet. And so what happened is that the forces of darkness have harmed the planet. And so therefore they are unable to take care of themselves in the way that they have in the past. So if you directly work with Gaia and send her lots of love and light, it will assist her to regenerate herself. And then once she is regenerated, that will go to the people that live there. And then also there are many types of groups that you can contribute to financially or with your time to assist people that are basically victims of the Illuminati. This was not an issue with them. They always were able to live off the land. But, Gaia has been harmed. And unfortunately, many people don't realize how Gaia has been harmed until it affects humanity. And we need to start by looking at how it affects the planet.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I think this is something we've spoken of before, and how we can become overwhelmed with, just connecting to the hardships that others may have and feeling like we're powerless to assist. But when we recognize that innate connection within, and we connect with Gaia and send our healing, unconditional love and violet fire, and impacting the collective in that way, I think eventually, we raise the frequency, and you see a little bit of resolution at a time. And it's a long process. So we must be patient and just do what we can each day to have a positive impact. Think of them in our prayers and our meditations. And like the golden ones just mentioned, good morning, Gaia, good morning, golden ones, and sending, thoughts of sufficiency and health and comfort to anyone and everyone on the planet. That's simple.
Yes, remember, thoughts are things. Thoughts are energy fields, and they waft throughout your environment, and they return to you. So the thoughts you put out come back in a circular pathway.
Good reminder. And finally, we've had, many people are curious to understand their galactic heritage, their galactic connections, and finding out who we are and what our mission is. How can we best find those answers?
The best way is to ask the galactics, because we are the galactics. Now, we, speaking as the Arcturians, we would say we are the humans. And the humans would say we are the galactics. Because what is occurring within this now, more than most people can realize, is that the frequency of the planet is going more and more into the fifth dimension. And in the fifth dimension, there is not time and space in the manner of the third and fourth dimension. So that separation that was so obvious in your lives before, if you stay away from the television and stay away from the commercials and stay away from the indoctrination and tune into nature, tune into the people that you love, tune into doing what you love to do, you will realize that the energy fields are different. But there are those that do not want humanity to realize that the energy fields are changing. And so they are spewing out information to frighten you. Do not read frightening information. All it does is frighten you. Because you are the creators of your reality. And yes, all of you are going through major initiations right now, because you're resetting the frequency of your consciousness. And when you reset the frequency of your consciousness, you are going to find that certain things that used to work in the past just don't work now. Therefore, it is that process of creating that meditation schedule, that process of educating yourself. There are so many wonderful articles that are all over the internet and all over the different blogs. So take responsibility for educating yourself and meditating yourself.
Mm-hmm. And also know that, when you see the stories that others share about their connections and what they've discovered about themselves, know that each person is unique. Their awakening schedule is unique. The information that they're intended to receive is unique. We're all here to contribute to a larger puzzle. And when the time is appropriate, you will receive the information you're intended to receive. And that is part of your pathway. And it all occurs in the right time. And just trust that, knowing And set the intention. If you wish to know a little bit more, state that in your meditations. Say, I've been enjoying the process. If you feel to my highest good, I'm open to hearing more about who I am and why I'm here.
Yes, absolutely. If you think in terms of Gaia, why am I here on Gaia? Why did I choose to leave my home world, to leave my starship? Why did I choose to wear this earth vessel? Help me to remember exactly what my mission is that I chose before I took this embodiment. And that puts you in the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm. And you're creating that enlightened reality.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, that concludes our 3 next questions. And if the Arcturians or the Council would like to offer any additional insight, we welcome that. Otherwise, stay tuned and we'll get back to some more questions eventually.
Yes, well, let's just have a little goodbye sentence to all of you that are or will be listening to this message. For from our perspective, are, did, will does not occur because we are not bound by time. And as you can remember to set your consciousness to live within the now, you will find that it is much easier to collect peace and to feel connected. And if you think in terms of service to others, that expands your consciousness. And the more you expand your consciousness, the higher frequency of answers you will be able to receive. And thank you so much. We see you all contributing, meditating, loving, and transmuting. And we thank you for your great contributions to planetary ascension. Have a great day.